A weekend getaway can be fun and romantic.
But it can also put your relationship to the test, especially if it's your first trip together. So today we're getting some advice on making it through the travel test.
Local professional matchmaker Stephanie Kluver from It's Just Lunch is with us here on CCO. Stephanie, thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
Okay, travel, it can be very tricky for couples.
It can be. I find as a matchmaker, I've done this for 10 years, and one thing I have noticed is all of a sudden someone's dating for 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 months, and they think the next logical step is let's take a trip together.
Take a trip, see how it goes.
Why not?
Sounds like
Test
it could
the
be a
relationship.
disaster.
It could be, right? So the first thing I say is let's just do some homework before we go on the trip. Let's make sure that we're set to be on a thing where you're all by yourself with that other person.
And there's no escape.
Exactly. So the first thing is plan ahead.
It sounds like Kim should not go on vacation with anyone.
Well,
You seem
I'm saying
horrified by
after 3
this.
weeks, you might not know somebody, and if you start to see their true colors, and you're on an island somewhere with them. So Stephanie, what do we do? How do you make sure you're still a couple when you get home?
So first of all, plan who wants to do what. Are you someone who wants to do adventure while the other person wants to lay on the beach? Plan that out, because that could be a little awkward once you get there.
Sure.
Things aren't traditional anymore. It's not the man pays for everything. Who's paying for what on the trip? Hotels, flights,
Get that out of
dinners,
the way ahead of time.
activities. Don't have it be awkward on your trip. And again, I'm speaking with someone in a brand new relationship. Hopefully, if you're married or if you've been together for a while, you have that worked out already. Secondly, you want to take some alone time. Make sure that in your relationship, either home or on a trip, that you get away. You're not sitting next to each other the entire time, staring into each other's eyes. You need some alone time.
That's interesting. So you should plan for that ahead of
Yes.
time and maybe discuss it so one person isn't, their feelings aren't hurt, or they're feeling like, why are you abandoning me?
Right. Go for a drink or go for a run. Do something away from that person.
You say to pack extra, give and take. What do you mean by that?
You know, be flexible. A lot of the clients who work with It's Just Lunch are successful type A. Pack away the type A personality on the trip. I know.
Right.
Get there, relax. You know, let the person do what they want to do. Talk before the trip on how could this be fun for you and I, and our different things we're looking forward to on the trip.
What about the spark, the magic in the relationship? You can get so caught up in all the, maybe this is irritating me or whatever.
Right. First off, put the phone away maybe. You know, on a trip, that spark can happen when you're focused on each other versus everything else going on in the world. So put your phone away and be spontaneous. Again, the whole trip doesn't have to be planned in advance. Leave some room for that spark, for some initiative on the trip.
Okay, it's really close quarters. It happens. What happens if you do kind of find yourself in a fight on that trip?
In a fight, right. So again, plan for the alone time. I think getting each other away a little bit, away from each other. I noticed before the segment you had pictures of a cruise ship. Maybe not a cruise on the first trip where you're stuck on that ship together. Plan
for a week.
Right, exactly.
In a very small room.
So like a weekend trip is a good way to start?
Yeah, Napa is always a good trip. Going up north for a weekend.
Yeah.
Do something where you have an activity that's planned, but also can get away if you need to.
I think there's something to be said about taking a trip with somebody. You get to know them
You
pretty
do.
well.
You know
So
their personality.
You can get a lot out of that, too.
Right.
Stephanie, these are great tips. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.